Hello to another video, finally. And I'm doing this absolutely impulsively and spontaneously, so it's gonna be a mess. But stick around. So I haven't taken any notes. The last video I did for 18 was so chaotic and not structured at all, so I hope it's gonna be better today. So let's start, shall we? See you next time is basically about this fear or uncertainty of ever seeing someone again. And I'm talking like lifetime situation. So when you say goodbye to one of your friends, right? It's this fear of not knowing when you're saying goodbye for the last time. You know what I mean? So let's just start with the first verse, shall we? Back in kindergarten when we were only 3, that was the first time that there was you and me. I think I didn't like you and you just like me, but a couple years later we'd share memories. It's about a friend I had since kindergarten, as someone might be able to tell, right? Not the streets being that fucking loud. Anyways, I think my best friendships always started with me disliking the other person and also the other person disliking me. So that's basically what it's about. It's just like describing a situation of like, I've known this person for so long, you know what I mean? And we have so many memories together, but we started out not liking each other because we were like literally 3 years old, I guess. But then later, I've always been in a class with her, and we just kind of became friends at some point. So that's why we shared memories a few years later, right? So let's continue. Now 14 years later, we still talk every day, and we share the sunset with all of our friends. But school got pretty tough, and I'm scared of growing up, and I've known you forever, but school's almost over. So now we have a little time skip here, I guess. It's 14 years later, as you can tell. We're still going strong at this point. And the sunset thing is like a reoccurring theme in all of my songs, but like you might not be able to tell because a lot of the sunset references are in old songs that are either really bad and probably on SoundCloud still, or I've never released them, so you don't know that I write about sunsets like a lot. So here we go. But sunset, I don't know, I have this weird obsession with sunsets, I guess. And me and my friends, we used to, watch the sunset a lot. Like, we have this whole sunset insider situation, I guess, so that's what it's referring to. And then it's like this turning point where life changed, school got pretty shitty, I guess, and, I don't want to grow up and shit, and school's ending. So, like, even though we've been going strong for a long time, it's still like a kindergarten school friendship situation, right? Like, would we actually be friends if it wasn't for us seeing each other like every day? Spoiler alert, it was for us seeing each other every day because Corona hit and things changed. But even though I'm, really close to certain people, I'm still scared that I'm not gonna see them as often when we like move away, for obvious reasons. Because even though we try to keep in touch, at some point we just probably fall apart. So that's kind of, the feeling we have here. It's coming to an end, the end of an era. I know I sound dramatic, but it could last forever, 'cause we say goodbye. See you next time with certainty, when there's no guarantee for that. Pretty literally, like, I don't think I need to explain a lot, because it is coming to an end. Like, this whole like era of me being friends with these people, if school is over, which it is now, and seeing these people literally every day is also coming to an end. So who knows how it's all gonna turn out, So that's what it is. And I felt kind of dramatic, calling it like an era, like it's something so important. That end could last forever. It's over now, and I mean, there's a chance of like reuniting, but there's also a big chance of just never seeing each other ever again. And I know this might be exaggerated, but it's a genuine fear I have. And then the cars is literally the thing that I described in the beginning of like saying goodbye, or like see you next time, right? Where you have this hope, or you take it for granted that you will see each other again, but you don't know if you're gonna see each other again, you know? And I don't know if that's like a weird thing to think about, but I think about that like way too often, to be honest. I'm very occupied with the future, you know? I don't know, is that weird to think about? Like, having this obsession with like saying goodbye, but also knowing that at some point it's just goodbye forever, I guess. And like this, see you next time, see you later, like see you soon. It's just at some point it's gonna be a lie, you know, because you're not gonna see each other again. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just weird, maybe. So let's just move on, right? Back in freshman year when we were 14. That was the first time when there was you and me. I think I didn't like you, but you didn't like me. Still wanted this friendship, cause we shared a name. The second verse is about another friend. I met this friend in 9th grade, and I just kind of wanted this like parallel to the first verse, but also twist it a little bit. So it might not be completely true, right? Me saying that I didn't like her, but she definitely liked me. But I think it's true. Like, let's be honest, it was true. She obviously liked me. No, but we were like both socially anxious. Like, we would have never spoken to each other probably. But I don't even know how we got friends, to be honest. Like, it just happened. Yeah, it probably happened because we had the same name. That's what the we shared a name thing refers to. We have the same name. So that's the story of that verse, I guess. So that was literally the only reason, you know, because when I met her, again, I was like, oh, don't like her, whatever. And then she turned out to be a great friend. Because the only thing that kept me pursuing this friendship was like, wouldn't it be funny to have a best friend who has the same name as you? And then we got friends. Ain't that funny? This is such a bad story. Okay. Now, the years later, there's no day without you. And we'd watch the sunset on all of your birthdays. But school got pretty tough, so you can't wait to grow up. And it feels like forever, but forever will be over soon. Again, time skip, but like twist, like, you know, reversing it. Like, the first verse started with like being 3 years old, and then 14 years later. And now we are 14. And then we skip 3 years into the future. Does that make sense? I don't know. Nothing I say makes sense somehow. Anyways, this time skip, and after all this time, we've been like this now, and just became way closer than we were at the start when I didn't like her. And again, the sunset thing, this is exactly what I meant. Like, for example, her birthdays or whatever, like every time our friends would get together, we would just watch the sunset. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like, a lot of people probably watch the sunset, but it has this special place in my heart for no reason, I think. But yeah. And then again, school got pretty tough. It's like literally the same line. But then it's like kind of twisted. I think the first verse was like, I'm scared of growing up. And then this verse says that she can't wait to grow up. Yeah, it feels like forever, but forever will be over soon. It's like, I mean, it's kind of like a paradox or something, right? Or like an oxymoron even. Because if it's forever, it cannot end, right? But it's... What am I even talking about? Anyways, but no, it's like literally this like feeling of eternity, and that it's this like, it's an endless friendship or whatever. But since school is over, again, you know, it might just end because school might have been the only thing keeping us together. We'll see, I guess. 'Cause every time we'll meet again could be the last before we leave. And what if I don't get a chance to meet again before we leave? It's about death, dude. Like, It's when I say stuff like that, I'm thinking like long-term situation, you know? The lyrics are very literal, I think, because literally, like every time we will meet again, right? Like every time we see each other again could literally be the last before we leave, in the way of like not leaving this friendship behind, or we're adults now, like we will just, you know, we have established lives now and we just don't hang out with our school friends anymore, but more in a way of like before we leave this earth, dude. Like, why are all of my songs so depressing? More in a way of like dying, you know? So we can literally see each other and be like, oh, like I'll see this person again, right? And then one of us just dies. And then we don't see each other again. And we don't know when that's gonna happen. Like, are you aware of the fact that this is literally gonna happen to you and every single person you've ever met? My brain cannot comprehend this. And maybe it's something normal and everyone just like gets over it, but I just cannot get over this. You don't have to understand me. It's so weird to... So that's literally what I'm talking about. So what if I will never see you again before I die? That's literally the bridge part situation, and then it just goes into the chorus again, which is, and repeats the bridge also. Like, I don't know why I was too lazy to just write new lyrics. Why am I laughing this entire time about a song that is so not funny at all? Guess this is my way of coping, y'all. Thank you for watching this. I hope you understand the song now. Honestly, this was such a bad song to explain because it's very obvious what I'm saying, I think. But maybe this gave you a new perspective, a new level of understanding that I'm actually like very obsessed with death apparently and the future for no reason, and with sunsets. So yeah, maybe you learned something new about me today. I don't even know if the people I write songs about in general know that these songs are about them. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. As you can tell, I'm not a native speaker. I cannot speak apparently, but that's just honestly every language. So whatever. So yeah, bye.
They say if you're not here forever, all of this doesn't even matter.